Bible stories about friendship. The trustworthy person will get a rich reward. Proverbs 28:20. Faithfulness. Gathering wheat from Ruth. We're family. I can't let you go to Bethlehem alone, Ruth told Naomi. Wherever you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. It was a long journey for Ruth and her mother-in-law. When they finally arrived, Ruth thought, "We're hungry but don't have much money. How can we get some food?" She decided to follow the harvesters in the fields and pick up the leftover wheat. It was hard work under the hot sun all day, but she continued anyway. Boaz, the owner of the field, noticed that Ruth was faithful in caring for Naomi. He made sure she got everything she needed. Boaz loved Ruth, and after some time, they got married. Ruth and Naomi were never hungry again. Faithfulness. Others can trust what I say is true. I finish the work that I've promised to do. In my everyday life, God is faithful. I told Dad I would help rake these leaves, but they seem to never end. I want to get back to playing, but I also want to keep my promise to Dad. God also keeps his promises. He is faithful and will never leave me alone. Hey, this looks fun. Can I help too? Two people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. Ecclesiastes 4:9. Teamwork. A wee little king. From 2 Kings 11-12. Little Joash lived in the temple with his uncle, priest Jehoiada. There he learned how to walk, talk, and take care of himself. His uncle taught him about honoring God and working with others. When Joash was only 7 years old, he became the king of Israel. That's very young to have such an important job. How did he do it? I have many things to learn, and so I have the help of many advisors, said Joash. Best of all, I have God's help. Joash listened to good counsel because all of his advisors had good ideas. Some were good at farming, some were smart thinkers, and others were great builders. When they worked together as a team, they got a lot done. Teamwork. I work well with others without making a fuss. We give and take advice in unity and trust. In my everyday life, my team of friends. Building a sandcastle works best with my team of friends. We have the diggers and the builders, the decorators and snack bringers. Don't forget someone to take the photo. Go team, go! Most of the believers here have gained confidence and boldly speak God's message without fear. Philippians 1:14. Conviction. 3 brave men. From Daniel 3. 3 friends named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego followed God's commands. One day, the king of Babylon made an announcement. Bow down and worship my golden statue. The 3 friends refused, and with boldness they said, "We only worship the true God. We cannot bow down before this idol. We want to please God, even if you don't like it." The king got angry and threw them into a furnace of fire, hotter than any other blazing fire. But the king was shocked. What? They're walking around in the fire and their clothes are not even burned. Not only that, I see another man in there who looks like the Son of God. How is that possible? The king almost fainted. "Come out," he called. "That was incredible. Now I know that your God is real." The 3 friends were more than happy to tell the king about the true and powerful God who saved them from the hottest fire ever. Conviction. I believe the truth. God's word is enough. I do what is right, even when it's tough. In my everyday life, on God's side. I learn what is true and right from God's word. There is some pretty good advice in here, and I tell my friends about it. My convictions become stronger the more I learn about God. A real friend sticks closer than a brother. Proverbs 18:24. Friendship. Friends help out. From Mark 2, 1 through 12. 4 men carried their paralyzed friend to see Jesus, who was teaching in a house with a huge crowd of people around. Knock, knock. No one answered. One man opened the door and called, "Hello!" But no one paid attention because they were listening to Jesus. "Excuse us, please," another man said, but no one could move because the house was too full. "Look up there," said one of the men. The friends climbed up to the roof of the house and pushed away some hay. They pulled some branches and moved some planks of wood out of the way. Then they lowered their friend through the hole in the roof right to where Jesus stood. Jesus healed the paralyzed man, and now there weren't just 4 friends walking. There were 5 friends running, jumping, dancing, and praising God together. Friendship. A true friend will help even when it's difficult to do. I'm there through the good and the bad when I'm a friend to you. In my everyday life, friends' ups and downs. What are friends for? Playing games and laughing at jokes. Picnicking or splashing in the water. Cleaning up a mess or listening to you when you are sad. Helping you when you are sick. You, O Lord, are a God of compassion and mercy, slow to get angry and filled with unfailing love and faithfulness. Psalm 86:15. Compassion. A wounded traveler. From Luke 10:25 through 37. Jesus told the story of a Jewish man traveling down a lonely path. Suddenly, jump, grab, hit, bonk. Thieves attacked, stole his money and clothes, and then left him to die. Soon a priest passed by. "Oh, poor man, he needs help, but I've got very important work to do," he said. He continued on his way. Then a worker from the temple came along. How sad! But the priest didn't help, so why should I? He too kept walking on his way. Finally, a Samaritan strolled by. The Samaritans and Jews did not like each other, but he stopped and thought, "I can't just continue on my way. I have to do something to help this hurt man." So with his first aid kit, he bandaged up the wounded traveler, then paid for a hotel where he could get better. Compassion. I understand that you are feeling sad, so I'll do what I can to make you glad. In my everyday life, I feel and I act. Crash! I turned to see a fallen friend. Ouch! That must have hurt. I act quickly. Here, let me help you. When I notice someone in need, I go and do a kind deed. God did some of the most amazing things in these stories of the Bible for all those who loved him. He wants to be a part of your life too. Do you love Jesus? You can tell him right now in this little prayer. Dear Jesus, you are great and powerful. You love me with your great big love, big enough to wipe away all my sins and wrong choices. I'm sorry for doing wrong. Thank you for taking my punishment on the cross so that I could be saved. Please come and live with me as I learn more about you. And until I get to see you in your beautiful home called heaven, I will continue to love you with all of my heart. I love you always.